So, the Avengers Doomsday leaks and rumor mill is starting to spice up. It's starting to get hot, and so it should. They're filming this movie in the UK, and we've currently got a heat wave, and the leaks are also heating up. I'm trying to be funny, kind of, but it's true, it is hot in the UK. So, the most recent rumors and leaks for this movie are freaking insane, and they're going to appease some of the fan base, just like Spider-Man No Way Home did. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? Wish you have your new or any subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC Kaiju monster-verse pop culture-based content I try to deliver on a daily basis. Good, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know how freaking hyped are you for the Fantastic Four. Because if you catch yesterday's video, that movie is going to set up Doomsday. We're going to get Spider-Man 4, A Brand New Day, which the title sucks. They start shooting this month in a week or so in Glasgow, and it looks like Tom Holland Spider-Man potentially has already filmed some stuff for Doomsday. So, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see their beautiful face behind the beautiful face. Also got a channel over there on Instagram where I can post stuff that I can't actually post here on the YouTube channel. Much faster, much quicker. Also check us out on Twitter, Warstu, W-Warstu over there, and check us out on TikTok, W-Warstu, because someone stole my handle. Right, let's get into this video today. So it's worth saying, this comes from the most reliable scoop in the game. Yeah, it's Reddit. That's literally where all these wannabe scoopers take their information from. So it says this, most of this tracks with what someone who worked on the movie told me. I won't say which department they work on, but they told me this. Big part of the plot is that Doom kidnaps Franklin and takes him to another universe. Now, we already know based on the test screening that Disney, Marvel did on purpose to get out there that Doctor Doom appears in this movie. Then we had the rumors coming out from wannabe so-called, we don't know how reliable they are, James Mack, that basically said he came out with a big plot point is Doom stole Franklin because he's going to use Franklin warp reality. Well, he didn't say this, but I'm just, theorizing that he's going to use Franklin's warp reality powers, careful spoilers, that allegedly he uses in the Fantastic Four movie to revive Sue. So apparently Franklin's going to revive Wanda, and that's the reason why he is going to steal Franklin. And also it's to do with attacking the Citadel, the TVA, to get to Loki. So it reads like this. Earth 616 and the X-Men universe characters fight, although that's pretty much wildly known anyway. Yeah, because they haven't had anything else. Although recently there were some behind-the-scenes clips posted. I can't believe Marvel allowed this, to be fair, of Chris Hemsworth's stunt double, but he also does double up with some other Marvel actors. It's not necessarily just Chris Hemsworth, where it looks like he's in the time loom room, and Tom Hiddleston did say that he starts shooting soon. Didn't actually say it, but we already know Tom Hiddleston is going to be in the movie. There is a fight scene between Shang-Chi and Beast. Now, that would be savage because Beast is literally a beast. And Shang-Chi, although I don't rate the movie, he is pretty good at fighting. Mentions there might be 2 Yelenas in the movie. Now, this does make sense. Why? Because I'm sounding like a broken freaking record. We're in a multiversal saga, so of course there will be. Now, this is the big kind of got you moment, if it's true, although I believe it will make more sense to put this into Secret Wars. Tobey Maguire is in this movie. Not sure how big of a role, but they said they were definitely in the beginning of the movie in some capacity at least. Now, we know that Doom's allegedly going to be recruiting a multiversal team. Don't know what capacity. We know that Tom Holland was seen playing paddle with Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi. So it could have something to do with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, being in the movie. We know he's meant to be the anchor of the 616. Maybe they need Tobey to convince the Earth 616 Spider-Man to do something in order for him to agree to do something. I don't know at the moment. I'm just spitballing and reading this. Chris Evans is in the movie. I asked them who they are playing, but they were unsure on exactly who, but said they were down as Luke Cage on the call sheet. But that's just to keep it from leaking. He isn't actually playing the role. Also noted that Marvel didn't think his casting would leak, which is why Chris publicly denied it, but he's 100% just lying. Now, we already know this because it goes back massively. Actors are under NDA. They're not allowed to say stuff. It's like when Tom Holland kind of leaked the title for a movie. That was on purpose. Mark Ruffalo literally live streaming the premiere of a movie there. He played the Hulk. That was literally marketing. So we know Chris Evans is going to be in this movie, but he's not going to come out and say it. So maybe a Luke Cage alias, maybe this is them going to visit him, living his life out with Peggy. Potentially. That could potentially be the case here. But it is mind-blowing if Tobey's in this movie. But then again, it kind of screams desperation, and Marvel doesn't think they've got pulling power, because although critically and fan audience, Marvel Thunderbolts was widely received, but it lost money. Other production stuff they mentioned. The stuff about them filming whilst the script isn't complete is true. Now we've heard for the longest time ever from wannabe scoopers like Daniela, the third act isn't complete. No shiz, man. No shiz. They're shooting this movie for literally 10 months. Of course, the final act isn't complete. But of course, they know roughly what they're doing. They're going to take a 4-month break between filming Doomsday and Secret Wars. This does make sense because obviously there is a year in between the release dates. But whether it's 4 months, that might be nonsense. They were filming in a hot country recently. I can't remember which one. They said specifically, but they said it got so hot, the filming equipment broke, so they had to halt filming for a few weeks. This could actually be the UK. I know that sounds like nonsense, but in the UK, when it goes above 25 degrees Fahrenheit, everything heats up to the point where it's equivalent of being in Dubai, equivalent of being in Mexico, equivalent of being in like the hottest country ever. Like the UK heat heats different. Cars, when it gets to 30, are unbearable. It's unbearable. Stuff heats up. So they could have just been on about the UK. Hasn't had any interaction with Robert Downey Jr. himself, but they said they've heard nothing but good things about him being really nice to cast and crew. Now, why I'm inclined to believe this, because there isn't realistically anything far-fetched on this plot leak or information. And like the James Mack stuff and like some of the stuff that the other scoopers have alleged, there's nothing on this that is unrealistic or far-fetched. They said it's been a dream to work on a Marvel production, but they said it's honestly one of the messiest productions they've worked on so far in their career. Said it's kind of chaotic at the moment. However, they did say from what they've seen and heard, it does think the movie will actually turn out to be good and be a big hit. Now, this comment here is kind of nonsense, right? Because they've already announced 26 cast members. This will probably be the most chaotic production, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because most movies won't have this amount of cast members in the cast, and they've only announced like half of them. There's probably going to be up to 50 characters in this movie. Now, it does seem to me, since the Ant-Man 3 Quantumania script leak, it does seem to me that Marvel has been putting out fake information with scoopers, and it's so obvious because scoopers don't normally get information right anymore. It's pretty much information coming from Reddit. Considering the Elite 60 house was called Luke Cage house, the tidbit about the character being named Luke Cage on the call sheet makes a lot of sense. A lot of this does make a lot of sense. Like I say, unlike the James Mack and, Twitter scoopers, a lot of this does actually make sense. But either way, it's still clear to me there is 3 steps in this movie. Stop the incursion, rescue Monica Rambeau, because that's causing an incursion from the Marvel post-credit scene, retrieve Franklin Richards, and it's similar way to the Russo brothers setting up Endgame. Protagonist meets up, resolves internal conflict, sets up mutual goals and plans, split the teams up for the mission. The Russo brothers generally have a winning formula when it comes to MCU. They're not afraid to reheat their own stuff. Basically, a lot of this could make a lot of sense. And obviously other information out there saying, meanwhile, the events of Fantastic Four arrival on Earth 616 take place. The Thunderbolts' new Avengers are the first to encounter them. Reed Richards reveals that Doctor Doom has kidnapped his son Franklin, and also mentions Galactus, who previously tried to capture Franklin because of his immeasurable powers. Bucky is unsure how to handle the situation with Doom, goes to seek advice from Sam. So this lines up with rumored Fantastic Four post-credit scene, also spoils the plot, though I think we already know a lot of this stuff to do with Galactus and Franklin and Doom. But then at the same time, I've got to be critical and be analytical and break down these rumors. A lot of this stuff coming from all the wannabe scoopers, whether they're true or not, does seem like they're just mixing up the Kang's Dynasty storyline to make up a narrative that they know what's going on. The most recent Fantastic Four screening information has come from literally someone that watched the movie, and a trailer Marvel dropped today, a TV spot, basically backs up the video we did yesterday talking about the Fantastic Four Full plot leak that basically does look like it's confirmed now, but it's pretty much always been confirmed. So I could believe this information is true because it's not really revealing anything groundbreaking. Sure, Tobey might be in it, cool, but doesn't really reveal anything groundbreaking. We always knew Chris Evans was going to appear in this movie in some capacity. I still think and hope that it should be Hydra. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram, that was Stu, check us out on Twitter, Warstu, and I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.